Hey everybody, welcome back to Spirit Plays more Spiral Knights. The day dawns on another semi-dead horizon. But there is hope. Anyway, I was looking for a possibility to get like some fiend farming. This one's out because I don't like mana. This one, I think, has like two possibilities here. This one has, we're taking a break from the crown ratio farming, just because, I mean, I could go there, but who wants to do that? Jeez, ooey. I think I'm going to go with the Dark Falcon, because there is that possibility. So, why would we possibly want to fiend farm? Well, I want to at least do one Tordo on I don't think I ever did one on camera. And we owe it to ourselves to at least to attempt to try to collect a couple sparks. Get some extra cash to at least buy some sparks, maybe, I don't know. And we're just going to start out with our neutral loadout, because it's just fun, why not? And we'll go from there. So our ultimate goal is to get to the end without losing a life. We have one very vital, precious spark, last I checked. So we're going to kind of go with that. Then I also need a break from Wayward Souls. Holy crap, dude, that game is like super... Not super duper soul sucking, but it is kind of, you know, we can afford to do, I think, this one. Excuse me. We need to be over here. There we go. Gotcha. It's always good to meet new people. Oh my gosh, there's a crew. We got some spiral soldiers here. All right, there we go. Cha. It's good. So I'm not gonna. I do like playing with people too. I mean, the other thing about doing the science it was for myself as well. The thing about doing the science of trying to figure out what is the most profitable, which we know the answer to that, right? Vanaduke. Why else would people do it all the time? But it's good to see, coming from a perspective of a person who did get like 4 or 5 characters from 0 to 5 star. Or maybe even 4 star. It was 4. Yo. It's good to see what does and does not work. Dude, he's got the nitro. He's absolutely got it. I'll take damage. I don't care. I got a freaking mountain on a still. Oh my goodness. Just keep him in there. Keep him in that nitro. I am not offended. Neither should you be. Neither should any of us be. The nitronome should never offend anybody. I'm helping. With my Windsor. That guy's just getting in the combat. Does not care. Good for him. Thought I was the one that took that damage earlier. Apparently not. That's okay. Lonesome Cowboy, my man. No. Love helping out new recruits. I'll take some of these gems. The anime club. I've seen quite a few of those guys. Ladies. Going in hot. Yada! What is so appealing about this silly sword? I know the Turbillion probably is on my to-do list as well. It's just a little bit far-fetched. I gotta work on, you know, mastering what we have. I gotta get my... What do we have? We have the cat hat. Nice slime coin. Good job. Good accuracy. We have the cat hat. We gotta get up there. I know we have our blitz. That also must be heated. So we have the opportunity to do that. Let's make a mental note. It's like a 3-star sword. Dude, what are you exactly doing here? Look at this guy. He's amazing. What's his name? Agent Brown? He's my new hero, dude. A sword and a bomb. Oh, nitronome. The lives and times of the Knights of the Spiral. Da-da! Did you see that charge attack? Dude, if the Nitronome is his biggest gun, he is on his way. Oh, sorry, gun. You know, like firepower, that kind of gun. Well, Java, if you're going to kick me around, I got no answers for you. That is the Grim Repeater, right? Holy smokes. Hello. Luckily, we did not experience the fire. These first levels are destined to be easy. But dude, I got the we have one of the first world problems going on in my work right now. It's where one person is not being nice to another. I swear, the corporate world can easily be mirrored to the parental world. She's touching me. No, she's touching me. I was playing with it first. Yeah, but she put it down. She wasn't playing with it. Like, if you have the other person's best interest in mind, none of this stuff really, it's like inconsequential. I have a lady come up to me. I heard she was talking about me. How do you resolve that without having HR involved? First off, I'm flattered that they decided to, you know, talk to me about it instead of just letting it go. And breeding resentment, that kind of thing. So that was good. I'm like, why? What? I would say so. So what if she is? What's wrong with that? And they're like, what do you mean? It's not nice. Like, so what? Why would you let this person have so much power over you that they are making you furious? It makes no sense in my mind. I'm playing with this weapon forever. You guys can deal with my mountain smasher. That's right, we've upgraded from an actual mountain to a mountain crusher, the Sudaruska. Give me vodka. I will nominate Bernie Sanders. That's a horrible. What am I doing? That guy is the shield I crave. Dude, it's nice having like a casual, like huge, purposeful, difficult run. I'm not by no means am I ever going to devalue Catacomb Kids, because that is by far my favorite game of the century. I love the difficulty curve, and the more things I know, like I'll still die on floor 1 maybe, but it's really neat, like watching the progression of never being able to get past like floor 2. Now I can get to floor 7.5. I don't know. I seem to like, you know, hit like a wall floor 7. Things get just like, the one time I thought I was gonna make it, I couldn't find a heat source, and my limbs were just flying off. You get frostbite. That's scary, man. And don't think about it too hard, right? Children getting frostbite and sneezing to death. Yeah, basically is what happens. Look at these warriors. Sega would be proud if they even knew you existed anymore. Keep saying it. Are you my friend? Hold on. Why is your name blue? That's so weird. Oh, it's your color. This night is on fire. Don't worry, I'll get these guys. With the slowest swinging weapon in the game. Oh, he's got a tiny little bomb. Who's that little lonely puppy? He's got a blitz and a freeze bomb. This guy, he's fighting Vanaduke all the time. Everything is Vanaduke. That's some PTSD right there. Where you just have the Vanaduke strat straight up all the time. Let's go, boys. Blah blah. Don't mind me, I'm just hanging out. Blah blah. Bob blah blah. I saw a guy with a Dunder Mifflin shirt on the other day. The Office will forever reign in infamy in this culture, and I will still never get how people can watch like 4 straight minutes of that show. It's one of those where like it's brilliant in the background because you're like, what the crap did they just say? That's so dumb and hilarious. And it's hard to bounce it off reality. Yada! Yeah, take that, you little tiny things. Mountains can squish butterflies, apparently. Oh my gosh. We got in the thick of it. Please don't die here. Give me a heart, medic. I don't know, man. The guy with the like 2-star sword doing the spinning attack. I have my doubts on the amount of damage he's doing, but that's okay. We will overcome. Alright, I think this is the moment of truth, right? You still have to go here to go to gate map. Give me some fiends! We only have, like, we just need 2 more. Last I checked. Oop. This one. Oh, we need 3 more. So I know it's not guaranteed, but let's get some Tordo, yo. I know you have to farm the Tordo. I'm not looking to get like a super shield or the claw or anything. I'm just saying we need to just fight him. And from what I've seen, I think I watched the Illusion fight the thing a couple times. The hammer that you get from the expansion that I've never purchased. Okay, we get the graveyard. Never mind. And the expansion is like the best thing to fight them with. We're gonna do some switch shooting, so stand back for some rat-tat-tat-tat. Rat-tat-tat-tat. L is for loadout. Beware the saxophone. Let's go, boys. Yeah, da, 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 da. So we're looking for shows that are really like nothing will ever kind of touch Adventure Time. Adventure Time's like in a class of its own by far. It was really neat. I know the main creator of it kind of got not ousted, but he kind of self-terminated, right? Can you self-terminate? If you're a Terminator, you can't self-terminate by definition. It's just not how that works. Ooh, that was close. But we found one. So we're looking for a show that doesn't really push a specific agenda. Like we're watching The Dragon. Here's an example of a good show that suddenly pushes an agenda. Watching The Dragon Prince. Dude, I think I talked about this before, but it irked me so much. And suddenly these 2 girls are hanging out with each other and they kiss. They're like 2 queens. You're like, okay, maybe they're sisters. No, they kiss. They make it very apparent. Kids watch this show. My 8-year-old watches this show with us. What the crap? And then 2 guys later on said they care for each other. They're elves. And then they do the same thing. Like, that is so unnecessary. You could have not brought that confusion into this mix, but you decided to do this. And now, not yet, but this is something I will be explaining to my child later on. And it's just something like, you want to prepare for that, gauge and see if they're in the right frame of mind to understand these things, if they have the right questions that they are going to ask. You know what I mean? You kind of, this is something that parents should teach their kids. I can't get a rhythm down, dude. Maybe we just shouldn't have done the switch shooting thing. Hello. Get him, Mike. So we found a show. It's called We Bare Bears. It is probably the most wholesome show, and it's hilarious. And it has like cultural characters. It has the antisocial ice bear that's good at everything. It has the grizzly bear, which is strong, constantly encouraging, and eats a lot. And it has Panda, who just is always on his phone. Like, the amazing indulgences of popular culture just all over the place. See, agent. You know, so what do you look for when you look on YouTube? You look for, you know, self-motivational speakers. You look for guys with crazy amounts of talent, or you are the person with the phone, constantly looking for stuff in eye candy to wow you in this world, and eventually you get desensitized to the whole mix. And nothing ever satisfies your craving of your eye, and you choose not to partake, because to step into that realm and actually try to develop a skill set means you have to commit to something. And your time is valuable, you never want to commit to anything. Kaboom! And I just did a whole talk early, like right before this, on the values of self-discipline during peacetime, basically. How the head should lead the heart. You know, so if you want to hear more on that kind of thing, I mean, it's basically, there's a section that you can choose a category for the... I cannot get a rhythm, dude. We just gotta stop doing switch shooting. I don't have enough practice in it. I just keep that, or I just cannot time these frames correctly. We're getting... There we go. We're getting some here and there. This old man, she ain't what she used to be. I'm firing my laser. Anybody old enough to remember that one? Oh, it's go time. You can tell by the music. Anyway, We Bear Bears is and they have Molly, which I think her name's Molly. She's like a smart little girl with glasses. Looks just like my daughter, except has shorter hair. Well, it gets you, honey. She's like, no, I'm Ice Bear. He's cool. There's a whole episode of like Ice Bear's just wandering around, has nothing better to do. Comes across. He throws a stick in the air, I think, and he just goes wherever the stick points. Comes across a playground of these kids that are uncoordinated. He teaches them all how to be ninjas. And like later on, and this is a polar bear doing this, and they're just like, oh, okay, sure, that's what polar bears do. And every other sentient animal life form does not have the sentience. So, but they just assume the bears are, you know, part of life. They just take them for granted, that kind of thing. Hey, there we go. We got like 7 consecutive shots out there. It's pretty awesome. But then we stumble so fast. This was like the switch hitting thing was a skill set back in like 2013. You think I would have upgraded since then, to like single switch shooting, which apparently that's the next gen thing. But now I'm old. I'm an old man. Got my walker. I'm happy with it. So we got no fiends. And now we get to hang out in the compounds. Come on, boys. It's going to be great. Let's jump on in. We had an episode of Laser Tag. An episode where they found out they liked honey, and they got basically hypnotized to be workers. What else? There was like an episode about how one of the bears just became a mascot on a kickball team. With this horrible kickball team, like their skill set was not high. Speaking of skill sets, let's get out of the switch routine. I just can't need more focus. It's the end of my day, man. There we go. Let's start with the excuses. Everybody else's fault but mine. Victimhood, go. Speaking of go, Chris Matthews. I'll miss that guy. I'm fairly sure that if you watch his channel, you're not into politics probably as much as I am, but it's the Jelly Boss. I'm not buying them. Just saying. I can use some. No. Beautiful. Just your guild's the Wandering Spark, so I'm just, There's too many. It's a profound question. What are any of us doing? Oh, someone must have their mic on. Those loud keyboard noises. We did it. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Oh, I couldn't see him amidst the craziness. Hello. No. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Get out of there. Just no one can see him. He's the world's greatest stealthy dude. Oh, right into the fire. Can we get him? Trick shot, go. Sometimes I have a couple moments of brilliance here. Not too often. Hello. Probably a bad place to stand. The guy just pointing a giant cannon at your face. This cannon's as big as you are, dude. Oop, come on now. I disagree. That was supposed to give me invincibility for a fraction of a second. There we are. Oh, that was not. Okay. Heard the death cry. Was confused as to which character was actually dying. Let's get rid of this. Well done. I think long term, man. Long term. We're doing it for the Benjamins. So what do you guys think about the long-term... Oh, the long-term plans here. We have seen some updates in the Spiral Knights universe, but they've been, I mean, I would say strictly cosmetic. Even to the point of, like, I mean, we have seen some new... They got the Turbillion. That's a thing. I can't say it's not. But as far as, like, revolutionary change, balancing, people who put thought into the game, I don't think it's... I think it's past that time. I mean, I've recognized this for a while. Because PvP is the next progression of usually most games. And no attention was given to it whatsoever. Besides giving everybody cat gear. And then the gunner, like, that was so bad. The gunner update. Why isn't there something of equal merit with swords and bombs? You know, the glaring differences between why do we have mad bomber gear when chaos exists? You know what I mean? It's just like, what the crap. That being said, I really like this like even this level is pretty awesome. Like the whole inherent, like, it's actually meant to look like an internal planet as you go down to the Clockworks. That guy had a rough life. I mean, you keep teleporting, but you want to go after that guy. You're like a, you know, indecisive person. We can't use gender jokes anymore. They're just not acceptable. There's a thing that's been happening a lot in our realm lately, hasn't it? People take... This is one of the dangers of social media. The records that are there. You can get in trouble for something you said 20 years ago because it was acceptable then, culturally, but is no longer. And because of that, because we judge your older self by our current standards, which is not how time and accountability is supposed to work, right? Everybody can get in trouble for everything because you are not perfect at every single given moment. You're only, you know, that's only acceptable then, but not now. Therefore, you get in trouble. You get in trouble for 20 years. You said 20 years from now, or 20 years ago. What was his name? Kevin Hart had this issue when he was he was going to lead the Oscars, but then he did not, for good reason, because he said something ages ago, which has no current relevant. Like the relevance at the time, he was a comedian. He was trying to be funny. So what he said was, at the time, fairly funny and roughly culturally acceptable, got in no trouble for it. Not anymore. You said a wrong thing when you were... Yeah, and I think one of the politicians, during the whole, like, racism debacle that was going on about when people were actually advocating for paying slave reparations or paying for them. That's again, you make the past grievances rhyme with current issues, and people who can convince you that language and meaning and purpose are malleable, and kind of remove or put yourself in the situation. Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm on fire. Deserve that. All right. Thank you. We just gotta dig ourselves a hole. You guys ever play Bastion? Dude, maybe I should play it on this channel. If you have not, Bastion is amazing. My daughter heard, my 3-year-old heard the soundtrack, and she's addicted to the one song. I dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day your wall is gonna fall. And my voice is done. So anyway, that'll do it for this one. Once again, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I'll see you next time. Take care. See y'all.